jumping.
And we're going to see some of this is called
Yeah.
we're doing a lesson on visualizing.
Yeah. Just
And
picture in your head of what's
you're,
going on.
do you know how to visualize? Yeah? Okay, well, we're going to kind of read that and do it, and like
You can take out your
So we're going to read you called Shaw Revere's Ride.
and it's called Green Giant. And you have to make a picture in your head.
I have.
And draw, and you can draw. Okay? I'll read it twice. You can use crayons or use whatever you want to use.
And
Okay, ready?
And do not look at the other person's color. Like no one else talking because everyone will have a different picture. I mean, because everyone's
ready?
Alright.
Green Giant. There lived a green giant whose name was Sam. His hair was the color of strawberry jam. He had one brown and one blue eye. He had a beard the color of pumpkin pie.
Okay,
His
last night
coat and pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick, all red and white. His socks were as yellow as a lemon pop. His shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop. His hat was the color of gingerbread with a tall feather of raspberry red. So I'll read it again, and then you're going to draw Sam.
For a friend.
And you can love Sam's the monster.
In boots that day.
So this one's describing Sam. So see if you can draw Sam.
I can't.
Okay, ready? There lived a giant, his name was Sam. His hair was the color of strawberry jam.
Strawberry jam is the color.
What? No, you don't have to. You can.
And it's
Sure, that's what you think strawberry jam looks like.
You're just
as
draw his face.
And once I saw him round as strong as fries, observed with more
Draw his head, hair. Okay.
Can he be blind?
You can do whatever. However you picture
flow
it.
like water
Yeah,
down
one
and her
brown eye and one blue eye.
Does anyone want me to read it
He
again?
had one brown eye and one blue eye.
Last night, alone, he saw the rising moon. Set silver fires among the stars and watched the tassels burn and
She got a
at
cat.
dawn he saw the noisy crowd
One brown eye and one blue eye
and
had a beard the color of pumpkin pie. Yeah, sure. Whatever you think.
On summer days when grass sways like waves that follows wave upon
His
wave.
name look like Santa.
I will see
Next part. His coat and pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick all red upon his eyes.
Observe with more than
That's whatever you think.
black snake flow like
His coat and pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick all red and white.
What color was his body?
He's a green giant.
Green giant.
What's your what's your name?
Sierra.
Sierra. What did you draw?
I draw a
Because
Well,
of
it's
the
March and
What did you draw?
green.
No, the eyes are brown and blue. One giant.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
neat.
And the next part
And
is
then,
his socks
so you
were
draw
as yellow as a lemon pop.
I need yellow.
Yeah. Oh, a scared. Very good job.
This
Okay. What about anyone else want to share with you?
Santa Claus.
Hold up,
What did you draw?
His socks were as yellow as a lemon pop.
Yeah. Good job. See,
His shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop.
and everyone's are different because everyone's mind. What did you draw?
Right here. His shoes were brown.
As brown as a chocolate drop. His hat was the color of gingerbread.
What did you draw? Yeah. Yeah.
You can draw the house with this.
What's next?
Good job.
His hat was the color of gingerbread His shirt, it said, his coat and pants were oh so bright like a peppermint stick, all red and blue.
Person. See, you guys
Wolves
get
and shoes.
the idea
On the
of
socks.
visualizing because you
His
can do
socks were
certain
as
things
yellow
like
as lemon.
the rising moon and like the ocean and stuff, and you knew what that was and draw it. So that was really good. Now we're gonna do a little
With
bit
a tall feather of raspberry.
and we're gonna read.
So there's a
I'll read
tall
like the first
feather.
2 pages just to read them, and when I say draw it, I'll read the third page and then you draw that. But I'll tell you
Brown
Does that
and a chocolate drop. Does that work? Whatever you think it looks like.
I don't know.
I can start over.
I'm not really.
It's okay. But see if you look around at the person next to you, how everyone's picture is different, right? Everyone looks different.
Yes.
That's because you all picture it differently. So it's the way you think it is. So we're gonna read a story in a minute, but you can keep the poem. Here, you each get one.
Oh,
And your picture, so you can start later if you want.
Just listen for
I'll read this one, got it, read.
Okay.
That's too small.
Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere.
Here you
On
go.
the 18th of April
Look at mine.
in 75,
Here you go.
William Penn is now alive.
That looks like a cow.
Who remembers how he is
Tell me good.
He said, "Dear friend, if the
What do you
British
see?
march by land or sea from the town
I need
tonight,
to see it.
Okay, so now we're gonna put away our pictures for now. Finish what you're doing on it. It's okay, you can work on it later. You have the power for yourself.
Right.
So you can work on it
By
after.
land and so it's by sea. And I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride.
I'm gonna put some sticky notes on the table.
Alarm through every middle section of the farm. For the county folks to be up and to on. Then he said goodnight and with muffled oar silently rode to the Charleston shore. Just as the moon rose over the bay, where swinging wide and
So it's Post-it notes, and you're gonna
the
need
first British man aboard a phantom ship.
Okay, so we're reading.
Mass and spare of
Yeah,
lost
Jumanji.
I see them.
like a prison
You
bar.
saw the movie, you
Yeah.
like it?
What's that?
I like the alligator.
Jumanji, we're
That
gonna
That
read.
game. You see
magnificent.
Okay, so
By
when we're reading it, we're gonna stop at certain points and we're gonna think
and raise your hand.
what picture you have in your head of what's going on and what you think it looks like. Okay. Yeah.
You turn into a monkey.
What do you think that was?
Yeah, I think so.
And
The
then you
cups
got-
might be different. Alright, so I'm gonna read it, but I'm not gonna show you any pictures because you have to think of the pictures in your head, okay?
We're gonna have to
It's
draw.
from the text. Do you ever
Yeah, on your
see
sticky
that?
notes.
A boat in the sea that looks kind of feels.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
sticky notes.
And now look at the picture.
We stick on the sticky.
I think that looks.
Yeah, when I stop, I'll tell you
I like
what to draw.
this.
Just
I like
listen, okay?
hot
We'll do the first one together, and we're gonna put
Very
it
good
on
job.
the board.
Okay, now I'm gonna read this page and draw whatever you think.
Just in case.
There's no right or
I
wrong.
want pink.
Meanwhile, his friend through
Okay, ready?
Street wandered and watches for 2 years. So as silence around him. He
That looks like
hears
something
the muster of men and the
It does look like something.
massage
Oh, it does.
and the tramp of feet and the measured tread of the Grenadiers marching down
I saw why you know
to the bush.
Oh yeah. You should roll the dice. I got a half. The sand, the floor is cooking. It's half.
Okay, hopefully now it'll stay.
Yeah, I saw the sign.
Yeah? Okay, ready? Ready for it so you can hear. So all you have to do right now is think. Just think of what picture the story's creating for you, okay? Now remember, Mother said your father and I are bringing some guests by after the opera. So please keep the house neat. Quite so, added Father, tucking his scarf inside his coat. Mother peered into a hall mirror and carefully pinned her hat in place, then knelt and kissed both children goodbye. When the front door closed, Judy and Peter giggled with delight. They took the toys out of their toy chest and made a terrible mess. But their laughter slowly turned into silence till finally Peter slouched into a chair. You know what, he said? I'm really bored. Me too, sighed Judy. Why don't we go outside and play? Peter agreed. So the first thing we're going to draw, we're not there yet, is the Jumanji board. And so think of what, we didn't read about it yet, but just keep in mind how the book describes it and what picture it creates for you, okay?
When you're about ready.
Peter agreed, so they set off across the street to the park. It was cold for November. The children could see their breath like steam. They rolled in their leaves, and when Judy tried to stuff some leaves down Peter's sweater, he jumped up and ran behind a tree. When his sister caught up with him, he was kneeling at the foot of a tree looking at a long, thin box. What's that? Judy asked. It's a game, said Peter, handing her the box. Jumanji? Judy read from the box, a jungle adventure game. Look, said Peter, pointing out a note taped to the bottom of the box. In a childlike handwriting, there were the words, free game, fun for some, but not for all. P.S. Read instructions carefully.
And then,
Want to take it home, Judy?
after we do that,
Not
we're going
really,
to
said Peter. I'm sure
look at
somebody
the
left
text,
it here
and
because
then
it's
we're going
so
to
boring.
write
Oh,
down
come
the
on,
text
protested
above
Judy. Let's give
our
it a
picture,
try.
because
Race
what
you
we're doing
home,
is we're
and she
doing
ran
the
off
exact
with
word
Peter
that
at her
we
heels.
wrote on
At
above it,
home,
so
the
we know
children spread the
exactly
game out
what we
on a
visualized
card
ourselves.
table. It looked very
So-
much like other games they had already had. There was a
Do you know
board
what?
that unfolded,
I'm gonna put this
revealing a path of colored squares.
So this one.
And squares had messages written on them.
You guys wanna
The path started in the
put that on
deepest
the back
jungle
of your picture?
and ended up in Jumanji, a city of golden buildings and towers. Peter began to shake the dice and play with the other pieces that were in the box. Okay, so what do you think? Do you want to draw what you think the board looks like?
Alright, and you go ahead.
You already drew it?
Double
Okay, you
sided
want to go
circle.
stick it up next to the picture?
I'm done.
Just like go like this.
Okay, you want to go stick yours up on the board?
And then,
Okay.
you want to
There's
do
a
the
picture
picture on here? Put it like, make it so it's like all like kind of close to each other. So
Okay.
put it on the bottom.
Now, why?
Did you draw your picture like that?
Who, me?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It doesn't-
What made you think to draw it?
Out here.
Because
Yeah, it's like.
I thought
You thought of the movie. What from the text made you guys think of it?
the text is
Yeah.
that because
It's okay.
in the movie you see the game.
Okay, but let's think about the book, not the movie. What in the book? Go ahead.
The book, the reason why Jumanji like that because the book said it was a jungle-like, like the book was like jungle-like.
Yeah. So do you want to write on a sticky note? The book said it was jungle-like, and then just stick it under clues from the text.
Jungle.
Does anyone else? You want to stick your picture up there? No.
No.
Go ahead. What other clues from the
Good job.
What do you think?
Then
Okay, you can stick yours up there.
it said
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
want to
now
write
we're
that on
going
a
to
sticky
go
note and put
ahead
it on
and
clues from the text?
we're going to write down
You
some,
put it in the
we can write down some of this. Does anyone want to be, my
You can
homework
stick them on
helper?
top of
We
each
got
other, it's okay.
that. We only have one on. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so just write like. Okay,
Okay, does anyone else have any clues from the text while you drew?
Okay, while you're writing.
Oh,
Go ahead.
it told details about what it looked like if it was a folding game like
It said it was a folding game, right?
This, watch it.
Why don't you write that? It
This
said
is
it
gonna be
it was a
called,
folding game.
Context
You can stick it under clues from
and
the
what that
text.
means is that the
Okay,
clues
so-
from context is like text.
Now
it
you
also
to
had
look at.
Yeah,
That's
good job using
You're going
clues
to
from the text. Alright,
Context
so you
clues,
guys
yeah,
want to
it's
stick
like
up any post-it note you have right now?
these clues give you.
Or we move
what
on to
your
the next
picture
one?
is like. Like, you know, without storage, you can draw a picture.
Alright.
And now you guys see the one pictures. And I think that you guys look pretty, it looks pretty similar. I mean, those
Those are
are
good
good marks, right?
Alright, let's, alright, so
Down.
stick yours up and then we'll read the next one.
And who drew, you don't have to write them. There you go, yeah.
Okay, now we gotta be quiet so
Okay.
we can hear, so you guys know.
We're not gonna write it all, it's
Here
here.
are the clues. It's kind of hard, I know, with two people in the room, but let's just
But
try
it
to
says,
focus here, okay?
And then wanders and watches with eager ears.
Put
Till the
those
silence
down
around
and
and
listen, said
The
Judy.
mustering
I'm going to
men
read the
and the
instructions.
crack
Jumanji,
door,
a young
the
people's
sound of
jungle
arms and
adventure,
train of feet.
specially designed for the
The
bored
measured
and restless.
treat of
A. Player selects
ears
piece
marching
and
down the
places
road
it
to
in
shores.
deepest
This one's
jungle.
this one.
B. Player
Train
rolls
your
dice
brain
and
to a
moves
drawing.
piece a long path through the dangers of the jungle. C. First player to reach Jumanji and yell the city's name out loud is the winner. Is that all?
You
Asked
scared?
Peter, sounding disappointed. No, said Judy. There's one more thing, and it's in capital letters. D. Very important. Once a game of Jumanji is started, it will not be over until one player reaches the
Does that look
golden
similar to
city.
your picture?
Yeah.
Very good job.
Oh, big
You
deal,
drew
said
this
Peter, who gave a bored yawn. Here, said Judy, handing her brother the
Did you
dice.
know?
You go
What was
first.
your, why did
Peter
you draw that?
casually, we gotta listen, guys.
There's no
Peter
way to
casually
really
dropped the
break.
dice from his
See,
hand.
everyone's
7,
very
said
different,
Judy.
right?
Peter moved his piece to the
Because
7th
everyone has a
square.
different mind.
Lion
Everyone's
attacks.
mind
Move
works.
back 2 spaces, read
No,
Judy.
we all use
Gosh,
numbers.
how exciting, said Peter
So
in
what's
an
yours?
unexcited voice. As he reached for his piece and looked up at his sister, she had a look of absolute horror on her face.
Yeah, it said they were marching
Peter,
down,
she
right?
whispered, turn around very,
you drew
very
this
slowly. The boy turned around in the chair. He couldn't believe his eyes. On the piano was a lion staring at Peter and licking his lips. The lion roared so loud
Okay,
it knocked
yeah,
Peter
and that's
right
what
on
it
his
said,
chair. The big cat jumped to the floor. Peter was up on his feet, running through the house with the lion a whisker's length behind. He ran upstairs and dove under a bed. The lion tried to squeeze under, but got his head stuck. Peter scrambled and ran out of the bedroom and slammed the door behind him.
I think this was
He
yours.
stood in the hall with Judy,
Yeah,
gasping.
what is that one about?
Guys, did that create a pretty good picture? Okay, so draw the picture. What do you think
And
it
then
would
the last
look
one?
like when the lion came? And then remember to write down clues as to on a different sticky note. Write down clues on why you
Very
think
good.
it would look like that.
Okay, now, let's see. We're gonna do.
Yeah, that's a good picture. Do you want to go stick it up there?
But we're not going to draw
So
this one.
stick it up underneath the picture of the lion.
Alright, so I'm gonna read I wanna read a sentence, and then you guys are going to tell me what you think you would draw if you were drawing. Alright, ready? It was
We didn't talk
It was
about
won by
this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a clue as what to happen. It can also be
It was two
feelings,
by the
what
village
you
clock.
think it felt like for Peter to
bridge
be.
in Concord.
What about the lion?
Yeah, or what it felt like for the lion. Yeah, the lion probably felt
Says,
angry
already
or
again.
hungry, right?
It was two
Or
by the village clock
What you think it smelled like,
when he came
or
to the
looked
bridge.
like, or sounded like, you can write any of those things. Let me see your, oh, that's a good picture. Yeah, go put your picture up and maybe you put your clue. If you put a picture up, you need to write a clue down on why you drew your picture. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that Peter screaming?
Yes.
That's good. That's what I thought it looked like.
Heard
too.
the bleeding of the clock.
Ugh.
And the Twitter.
If you notice, this is the cool thing about using all
and
your
felt
pictures
the
right there.
morning breeze.
Almost like 6 minutes.
Very good. You guys are catching on very well.
Okay. Take a minute and
And one was safe and asleep
go
in
ahead.
his
Put it
bed.
up.
Who at
Let's
the
finish our pictures and our clues so we can put them up.
Who that they would be lying
Yeah.
dead.
Oh, I'm terrified.
You'd be terrified of me.
I would have to change my because of
Yeah.
What do we do?
And one
I will eat you. That's a good picture.
had the brain
Alright, look back.
drained.
How did it
That
fall?
sounds like.
Here, I'll grab it. No, look,
Yeah, like the word.
He says,
Maybe someone is going.
Well, you never know. Some people
Oh my God.
it was lost. Alright, let's go sit down. Get ready to listen for the next part.
Okay.
See what's gonna happen next.
Do one more. and-
my picture.
Okay, now after.
How about that?
Oh, that's a good picture.
Okay, put it up. And do the picture, you
Hey,
guys.
oh, you read that part in the beginning?
Okay, ready? Put your last things up.
Okay, so can you guys read it and tell me?
Okay, ready?
Right grade.
Listen, so you can
I'm gonna
get
read
it.
this.
Oh yeah, you can bring it home and redo it. That's a good idea. Ready? Is everything? Get it be quiet and listen so you guys can
Say
hear.
what you're meant to do.
Miss, oh.
Okay, Duma.
Who else?
Miss Duma. Duma.
He put ballet shoes on his
He can do that, it's his picture. Whatever he thinks. Alright, but let's listen so we
So you
know
guys
what's,
have like.
let's listen so we know what's happening right now. Let's put away your pictures from earlier, okay?
Oh, like, yeah.
There we go.
So basically, what you guys are all like saying.
Now ready, I'm gonna read the next part, so listen carefully so you can think of the picture, okay?
About it because
Are you
you're
listening?
making a deeper thought process.
I don't think, said Peter, including gasps of air, that I want
Of your brain.
to play his game anymore. But we have to, said Judy, as she helped Peter back down the stairs. I'm sure that's what the instructions mean. That lion won't go away till one of us wins the game. Peter stood next to the card table. Can't we just call the zoo and have them take it away? From upstairs came a loud sound of growling and clawing at the bedroom door. Or maybe we could wait till Father comes home.
Okay.
No one would
Yeah,
come
visualize-
from the zoo
like,
because they
imagine
wouldn't
like you're
believe
reading
us,
a
said
book,
Judy.
you know,
And you know how
You,
upset
like-
Mother would be
and like
if there was a
didn't,
lion in the
draw or
bedroom.
like visualize.
We
any of the
started this
details.
game and now we have
The
to
details
finish
are
it.
so tiny that
Peter looked down at the game board.
right?
What if Judy rolled a 7, then there'd be 2 lions? For an instant, Peter thought he was going to cry. Then he sat firmly in his chair and said, "Let's play."
Yeah.
Judy picked up the dice, rolled an 8, moved her piece. Monkeys
And
steal
also,
food. Missed one turn, she
For like,
read.
for like.
From the kitchen came a sound of banging pots and falling jars. The children
Okay,
ran to
so
see a
now
dozen
you got her
monkeys
order.
tearing apart the room.
That's fine, right?
Okay, you want to draw
Okay, so this is
a
my
picture of what you think that looked like?
What, the picture of the lion?
Of the monkeys. We just read about the monkeys.
You know,
Tearing apart the kitchen. That's good. Okay, go put it on the board.
Keep reading it, you're gonna lose what that is, and then you're gonna have
You
to
could draw
reread it.
Peter and Judy and how you think
But
they're
if you
reacting
guys,
in your
like, draw
picture
a
too.
quick picture next to the drawing, or like mentally think about what it would look like, it's gonna help you out a lot.
Okay, so let's draw our picture and then write down why. What clues from the text help us?
Okay, this is good one too. Good readers
Who's that,
revise
Peter?
their images to
The
add
monkey.
new information. What does that mean?
That's a good picture. You can put the monkey up there.
Okay, good
What do you think the
readers
monkey's
revise
doing in the kitchen?
Bacon pie.
their images to
Bacon
add
pies. That's funny. Maybe the monkey's bacon pies.
I think he's dancing.
He's dancing. Okay, go put that on the board. And what? Yes, stealing food. And what from the text makes you think that?
Yeah, and like if you say you really like one page, make sure you write on it down
Sticking out
you
wide.
draw whatever you think, and then you do the next page. It's gonna be
Oh, they're going in the refrigerator.
right? And then you like, oh wait, this person's have a hat on, this person.
No, they be like cute chef hats.
Almost fine.
I just put they hungry.
They're hungry. Okay.
Why you put? You're supposed to put it on one.
Yeah, you have to
Okay,
put your monkey picture right.
so to wrap this up,
It's okay.
when you guys read
Put yours up
you
there
guys
and
want
come
to
sit
see
down.
some worksheets for the next time to read? Okay.
Okay, let's finish writing your clues or drawing your picture.
This is for a copy. You're welcome. And then, let's see.
Oh no, that's not.
So now, okay, next time, you guys read what we're gonna do next time you read.
Finish your drawing. Your drawing.
Yeah.
And then just, hey, if you're done.
Oh, that's yours.
Okay, sit down quietly. If you already posted this, we can get ready to read the next part, okay?
Does anyone know, anyone have
It
like?
says they were stealing
You guys are will visualize this more than you should. Yeah, do you understand better?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? So everyone sit down. You gotta listen so you can paint in your head, okay? Alright, we're gonna read the next part now. Oh boy, said Peter, this would upset Mother even more than the lion. Quick, said Judy, back to the game. Peter took his turn. Thank heavens, he landed on a blank space. He rolled again. Monsoon season begins. Lose one turn. Little raindrops began to fall in the living room. Then a roll of thunder shook the walls and scared the monkeys out of the kitchen. The rain began to fall in buckets as Judy rolled the dice.
Fall in buckets.
Yeah.
So we're
Fall
talking
in
about.
buckets.
So they fall into buckets.
Or when it says that, it can also mean like it's just a lot of rain.
Oh, season, man. We talking about a man.
It was nothing.
Yeah, I'll read it again.
Yeah.
Peter took his turn. Thank heavens, he landed on a blank space. He rolled again. Monsoon season begins. Lose one turn. Little raindrops began to fall in the living room. Then a roll of thunder shook the walls and scared the monkeys out of the kitchen. The rain began to fall in buckets as Judy took the dice. So it's pouring. Yeah.
Put a raindrop on a monkey and
Yeah, that's a good picture. And make sure after you draw your picture, you write on a second sticky note why you think that. What clues from the text make you think that? Yeah, that looks like a monsoon.
that'd be fun.
Yeah. They're probably getting really wet. What do you think? How do you think Peter and Judy are feeling now? Maybe cold?
Scared.
Scared? Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Why don't I get shot?
Let's go put our sticky notes up on the board.
Yes, they is. I'm not mad at nothing about it. I know that was.
Let me see. Oh, that's a good one, Umbrella.
Okay,
Yeah, they might. Okay.
Shut up.
20 minutes.
If you're over there in that group, you need to work on your mission and your science, you know.
What is it?
Okay, put that up. We're on the monsoon, remember?
This mom is all right.
Alright, put your sticky notes up and sit down so we'll read the next one.
Victoria, are you done with your mystery?
Oh,
You ready to turn it in?
yeah.
Okay, get out some multiplication cards and stop talking. Tisha, you done with your mystery? Done with your science keynote?
Okay, we're gonna do one last part. Okay.
Why are you trying to take people things?
Okay, get out some multiplication cards. You finished with everything?
Okay, we're gonna do one last part. Okay. Okay, let's sit down and do this
Do your
last part.
science keynote, Jerry. Move.
Guy, get. Alright, let's sit down and do this one last part. Okay?
Are you going to try to make this class? I'm talking to you.
Nope, you guys get it. Okay, come on, sit down. Let's sit down. Okay. The guide gets lost. Lose one turn. The rain suddenly stopped. The children turned to see a man hunched over a map. Oh dear, I said. A spot of bad luck now. He mumbled. Perhaps a left turn here? Then no. A right turn here? Yes, absolutely. I think right turn. Or maybe, excuse me, said Judy, but the guide just ignored her. Around here, then over, no. Over here and around this? Yes, good. But then, Judy shrugged and handed the dice to Peter. Okay, so draw a picture. What do you think happened with the guide when they found the guide?
Oh, God. Oh.
The guide, okay, I'll read the part one more time. The guide gets lost. Lose one turn. Do you know what a guide is? Like someone that shows you around?
Yeah, it's like a map.
Yeah, it's like, but it's a person.
Oh, I'm about to do a map.
They talk, right? He says, oh dear, I say, spot of bad luck now, I mumbled. Perhaps a turn here. Then no, a turn right here. Yes, absolutely. I think a right turn, or maybe. Okay, so
so draw a picture of that.
I did.
Yes. That's good.
Can I draw a map?
Yeah, if that's how you picture a guy.
That's the map.
Yeah. So
Oh, he's
I'm
doing a
gonna
map.
leave the poster here. So if you guys want, you can check out Jumanji in your library
it around.
and use it to finish. Read it and see how it ends because we're not gonna read it.
They did read the word Jumanji. They get Jumanji.
Yeah, so both is different than what we do. Alright, so let's dig up our last sticky notes.
You wrote the pictures?
Nope, the pictures are for you to keep in the poem so you can take home, okay? Thank you for being